Hey grillers, Nathan here from Canadian Barbecue Boys. Today we're bringing you a video on the importance of cleaning your barbecue, your grates, and doing a full deep cleaning, as well as how often you should be getting it cleaned or cleaning it yourself. So, just like any other household, kitchenware, you wash it after every single use. Things like frying pans, pans that go in your oven, you're always cleaning them after using them. So why aren't you doing the same with your grates, with your barbecue every so often, right? A lot of you will just go with with your scrapers, but that's generally not enough because those chemicals, the food bacteria is still sitting on there, especially in the middle of the summer when that sun is beating down on it. It's getting hot in there. It's pretty gross. If you open up your barbecue next time, or you're at someone's house for a nice barbecue, and you look over and there's all their leftover food, there's bones, there's asparagus all over there, it's never nice to see. So can't stress the importance enough of cleaning your barbecue, not just for the look of it, but also for health and safety reasons. It'll also increase the longevity of your barbecue when you're doing a deep cleaning. We've seen different barbecues, Weber, Genesis, these Napoleons that have been 18 years old, and we come back and we'll bring them back to a perfectly nice shine again. And it really just increases the longevity of the barbecue, makes them last longer. People know how expensive they are, so purchasing more than one over and over and over again, it's not a very good investment. Cleaning your barbecue is. Can't stress the importance of it enough, again, for safety and health reasons, as well as for performance reasons, because if it's clogged, right, it's clogged, you're not going to get even heat distribution, you're not going to have as good of a cook. What's next? How often? So how often should you clean your barbecue? It really depends on how much you're using it, but it's really suggested that at least once a year that you're cleaning it, whether that's at the beginning of the season or the end of the season or middle of the season, depending on what your season is. Obviously depends by area, but a lot of people like their barbecues cleaned right at the beginning of the year, right in April, May. But what they don't know, especially if they're grilling, they stop grilling at the end of the season and they're not storing it away properly, is that this is a frenzy for rodents, right? Raccoons, mice, rats, whatever's in your local area will all be attracted to your barbecue and picking the grease out of the bottom. Even inside, they'll get inside and pick everything off inside. So how much should you be cleaning your barbecue? And it really depends by how often you're using it. Obviously, you want to scrape it down after every single use. Make sure that all that grease and grime, all of the extra bacteria is off of those grates for the next time you cook on it. You don't want to be cooking and tasting your gross grates. You want to be tasting the meat that you're cooking on it. So it really depends, as I said, on how much you're cooking. So a lot of people we find get it done once a year. Majority do it twice a year, but we often find people who do it 3 to 4 times a year as well. A lot of people want it done right at the start of the season. That's great. Get it open, get it fresh for the start of the barbecuing season. What they kind of forget sometimes is that during the winter, if you're not cleaning it beforehand as well, it's a frenzy for rodents to get in there, eat all of the grease filament from the bottom, get up into the burner area, up into the drip tray, and kind of feed off of that for an entire winter. That's when they kind of get left in there and often freeze as well. So you might find that we find a lot of that, especially at the start of the season. And then a lot of people also get it cleaned at the end of the season for that reason, especially if you're cooking over the winter, over those cold months. A lot of people do it, right at the beginning of the season and towards the end of the season as well, before they store it away. So it's also suggested by fire departments to get it done once per year, just in case of that grease fire, especially when you're cooking on it, at least once per week. There can still be a lot of grease buildup in there, and it's definitely a huge fire hazard for your house, for your neighbors, and for your family. So minimum once a year, whether you're doing it by yourself or getting a company like us to come do it for you, make sure you're keeping up with it once per year at the bare minimum. But if you're cooking more, don't be the person with a dirty grill. Clean it more than once. It's disgusting. Happy grilling, guys. Thanks for watching.